some veins. He was masturbating. He was masturbating.
What's up there, Sparks? How's everybody doing out there? If you have any youngins around, this would be a good time to tell them not to stick close, because we're going to talk about a topic here that's it's a little private, it's a little embarrassing. But the reason I'm doing this is because I want to share my experiences, and I'm not going to let a little bit of embarrassment get in the way of this. Because if I don't go through it, or I haven't gone through it, then I'm not going to speak to it, okay?
Your testicles and you. Take a good look. These are the unlucky ones. These unfortunate souls are suffering from ESS, enlarged scrotum syndrome. Here at the Atlanta Genital Institute, teams of doctors are at work around the clock to cure this dreaded affliction. Hi, I'm Dr. Zillman, and I'd like to talk to you about your testes. The human testicle is not unlike a balloon. Sometimes it is empty. And sometimes it is full. And sometimes it can explode. Maybe this will help you understand. Just remember that your testicles, when treated with love and care, will give you years of maintenance-free service. But if abused, well, the inevitable conclusion. So next time, do the smart thing. Don't let anything come between your testicles and you. Thank you.
I haven't thought much about it. I kind of actually thought it was a lot of bullshit. But now that I've been directly experiencing it or not experiencing it, I'm pretty sure that there's something to it. And so the ladies really can't relate to this, but you can pass it on to maybe some people in your life that might get something out of it, is that I stopped jerking off.
So don't do
I
it.
stopped spilling my seed, because it's not like a religious thing. It's not like, oh, it's bad for you. It's this, that was the whole bullshit reason behind it. But from an esoteric standpoint and a manifestation standpoint, I've been coming across more and more over the past year, kind of almost like my higher self knocking on my door saying, you're trying to do all of these things, Chris, and they're working, but you're kind of using half of your strength, you're using half your power. And I kind of wanted to poo-poo it, but then I got to a point where I lost my job, which was a gift, in and of itself. And I said, well, I got to do everything I can now to make sure that what I'm trying to do is going to work. And I got to stop blaming, this, that, or the other thing. And so one of the things that I kept coming across was, the whole concept of that's your chi, that you literally, every time you fucking bust a nut, fellas, and think that there's nothing to it, what you're doing is your creative energy that we have to manifest and to just bring things into our life. We're flushing it down the toilet.
So don't do it.
Whatever we do with it when we're done with it. And it's just, I'm going to share my experience with you. It's a little embarrassing, but that's okay. That's why we do these videos. It's probably going to be some good memes could be made out of this. But again, if it just helps a couple of people, then it was worth doing it. So, you read a lot of the yogis and a lot of the people, they say, if you're trying to manifest, you have a certain amount of energy that you're putting out there. And one of males' biggest sources of energy is their sexual energy, to create things. So, hold on to it. And I came across it more when I was trying to do with the old Christ chism thing to raise your chi higher, that during a certain period of the month with your moon sign, all of this stuff. Well, anyway, you don't even have to look at it that way, but that's kind of what started me. And it says just the week leading up to this, make sure that you're holding on to your seed.
So don't do it.
And I started to realize that, the distractions are always around, whether it's on your cell phone, whether it's commercials, whether it's, all over. There's so many little signs for guys. Let's face it, guys, we see a pair of boobs and boom, we're thinking about sex. I mean, women think about sex, they say, almost as much as men do. But men, we're very easily distracted, on the phone, the commercials, it's all around us. So I remembered that week leading up to when I was going to go into my meditations and try to do the whole, Christos oil rising to make sure it says to hold on to your seed, and pretty much they're telling you not to jerk off, even abstain, with your wife, if, or your girlfriend, it even goes back to Raging Bull. I remembered when I was a kid where his wife wanted to have sex with him. And he's like, no, not before a fight, not before a fight. I need my strength. And not knowing what the fuck they were talking about. But no, but listen, there's something to it. But what I'm going to tell you is that if you are trying to manifest stuff, if you are trying to bring certain things into your life and you're trying to, whatever you're trying to do, just try it. Just try it. Because I'll tell you, I'm going on 3 months now. 3 months where I don't jerk off anymore. I don't want to. It was a hump too that I had to get over. It was a hump that I had to get over. And it was like, now I almost feel like a born again Christian where I'm really just waiting for the right woman to come along, the right relationship. And I remember joking with one of my buddies, saying, how long do you have to go before you're a virgin again? You can consider yourself a virgin again. But the other side of this, okay, is that, like I said, it started about six months ago when I was really just trying to do the Christ oil rising. And then I started to, it's almost like you start to see all of these little distractions and this stuff that starts to come up to kind of, and then I started noticing that my workouts, I was getting stronger. I was running stronger. I was lifting more weights. I was sleeping better. You think it would be the opposite. It was like then I started reading a little bit more into this. What are the benefits of holding on to your seed? And my God, the subtle energies that they say that you maintain,
So don't do it.
gives you a lot more power to create and to manifest. So again, I ain't gonna get into the details, but I'm telling you, it's almost like I got to the point now where I think about something, I want something to happen, and it's almost like the universe fucking is responding a lot quicker to things. Stuff is manifesting quicker, situations are resolving themselves better, and I think that there's something to this. And so, telling you, it's not easy. That's the other thing. We get so locked into guys, and again, whatever your routine is, I don't know. But all I know is I've never gone this long. And now it's almost like it's not even a thing. It's like I'm so productive. I get so many other things done because when I see these little triggers that are all around us, like a pair of boobs doesn't have me in a daze, for hours until all of a sudden you're doing something about it. And then, what? And then you spilled all of this energy, creative energy, into, a 2-second situation.
So don't do it.
So anyway, I know it sounds silly, but guys, especially if you're getting frustrated with other areas in your life that aren't happening for you, try keeping it in your pants for a few weeks or a month. Challenge yourself, and you'll start to see some of the things that I saw, that you're kind of programmed. And maybe when you're a teenager and your hormones are popping all over the place, you got a little bit more of an excuse. But once you get into your 20s and 30s and 40s, it's really something that I understand more and more what the religious folk are trying to poo-poo about. Like wait till marriage, or it's a sacred thing, and it's a respect for your body, and all kinds of things. Like I feel so much more power, to do things. But it almost seems like it is a societal thing. And again, on the phones, they make it so easy, and then even if you're not doing it, it's a distraction.
What? You've got a secret weapons room?
Not exactly. It's a porn room.
These are impressively organized and cataloged.
People in the community like things well labeled, so I developed the spewy decimal system.
I don't want to sound like a square, but if you put this level of effort into your schoolwork, you could really soar.
People in the community trust each other.
Stop saying people in the community. I prefer not to picture that community.
All right, fellas, keep it in your pants, build up that mojo, spend it on something else. Spend it on something else. You just might help manifest whatever you're trying to bring into your life a little quicker, because again, it is your power.
So don't do it.
Spend your power on something that you really want and not just a few seconds of guys, we'll see you later.